Welcome back to the channel, guys. I thank you for tuning in again. Before we even get started, make sure you go ahead and subscribe because I do videos like this every Sunday. Let's talk about the top 5 teams headed into week 9 of the NFL. So let's get right into it. This week's NFL power ranking, and a lot of people are gonna still hate me for this, but it's none other than the Baltimore Ravens. Now, why do I have the Baltimore Ravens in my top 5 starting off this week? Deep threats. Mind you, they have deep threats, and then they have tight ends that can catch in between the tackles. But when you don't have that star wide receiver that can go deep, go run any type of route in the route tree, like a Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, when you don't have that type of wide receiver, it kind of stifles your offense a little bit. So I'm not going to hold that against them on the side of when it comes to the offense. Now, the only 2 losses on their resume have come against the Chiefs, who've been number 1 a couple of weeks in a row, and it came against the Pittsburgh. Hard time winning the big games, and it's kind of Lamar Jackson is kind of turning into James Harden, fabulous regular season player. But once the but the postseason rolls around, or any big game that they have, it kind of shrink a little bit. So with that being said, the stats for the Baltimore Ravens: points per game. Hopefully this is the updated version. They are 5-2 currently. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 7-0. So hopefully the stats, when you see them on the screen, are the stats that have been updated. If not, it's not hard to find these stats, man. I just use them to kind of give you guys a better look or better idea of why I place a team where I place them. So with that being said, 30 points per game. We're not doing halves here. 30 points per game. They're ranked 7th in the league. Points against, they're ranked 2nd. They've only given up a total of 132. 31st when it comes to pass yards per game. They're almost dead last in the NFL at only 160. You're not going to win that many games against the top echelon teams. So we're going to keep it moving. Number 4 on this week's NFL power rankings is none other than the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Baltimore Ravens. Who do I trust more? At this point in time, I trust Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf a lot more than I trust Hollywood Brown, as well as the Ravens offense with Lamar Jackson. So that's why I got them above the Baltimore Ravens. And you may ask, why do I still have the Baltimore Ravens in my top 5? The teams below them, whether it's the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, who else we got? The Saints. You got a lot of teams that have 2 losses on their resume. I like Baltimore's resume and who they play and who they've lost to up until this point a lot better than I like teams 6 through 10. So that's why I got them at number 5. But this is not about it. They can get it done. 113 yards rushing per game. Sacks, 26th in the league. Through 9 weeks, they only have 9 sacks. When the postseason rolls around, hopefully that number skyrockets, because 1 sack a week is not going to get it done in the NFL. Ranked 4th in the NFL when it comes to intercepting the ball or turning it over. They have 8 through 9 weeks. So with that being said, let's talk about the number 3 team on this week's NFL power rankings. Another team as well. You're going to see their stats on the screen. So of course they don't play until Monday, but I have faith in Bruce Arians, Tom Brady, Mike Evans, OJ Howard, I think that's his name. I could be wrong. Cameron Brate. I got a roster right here. Why am I tripping? LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I think I said Mike Evans already. But hey, man, he's so good. You should say his name twice. It's crazy how good these guys are. So number 3, they have finally made an appearance in my top 5. Now, the Buccaneers have done enough. They have finally won me over. Now, another question that a lot of people have been asking me since week 6 is, where are the Buccaneers? Now they're here. I hope you guys are happy. They've jumped 3 spots from number 6 up to number 3. They've leapfrogged teams like the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, the Saints, the Chicago Bears, the Baltimore Ravens, as well as the Seattle Seahawks. So the Buccaneers right now, their defense has come alive. thanks to Aaron Rodgers for tuning them and waking them up. Now they're number 3 in the NFL when it comes to most powerful team. So with that being said, you already know about Tom Brady coming down to the South Division. He's taking over already his first year. It's crazy. 5-2, 1-1 in the division, 2-2 in the conference, 3-0 at home, 2-2 away. Points per game, 27. 9th in the league, points against, 6th, only giving up 142 through 9 weeks. That's decent. Yards per game, 19th, 374 total. Pass yards per game, 12th in the league. They're ranked at passing at 275. With all of those weapons, I give them a pass because Tom Brady is like almost 50. So of course, imagine Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson in that offense, or even Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers. The pass yards will be phenomenal. Even Dak Prescott at that. Hey, people need to start respecting Dak Prescott a lot more. So, rush yards per game, even with LaShawn McCoy as well as Leonard Fournette, how can you be ranked 20? They're ranked 25th on only 99 yards per game, and your passing yards, it's crazy. This is another reason why it took them a long time to make the top 5. The rushing attack was mediocre. The passing attack, even with all those weapons, was a little bit mediocre. But you gotta understand, we did have a preseason. Training camp was iffy as well. Social distancing, so you really couldn't practice. You really couldn't conversate with the coaches and all that stuff during the offseason. So, get it. I'm not going to hold it against them. Tough getting interceptions. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the number 2 team in this week's NFL Power Ranking. You probably already know the top 2 teams. They're still the same, no change as last week, but we still got to talk about them. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs. I think you already know where this is about to go. The Kansas City Chiefs are holding down the spot in their division, the West. 7-1. 7-1 in the conference, 2-1 in the division, 3-1 at home, 4-0 on the road. They have a better record on the road than they do at home. Gotta respect the Kansas City Chiefs. One of the most high-power offenses, just got a little bit more lethal. Just like the Buccaneers added Antonio Brown. We don't know what he's gonna be, but hey, you're adding AB. You gotta be something, right? They added in Le'Veon Bell, one of the top running backs the last couple of seasons, but he had a 2-year vacation. You know how that went. Yards per game, where we at? 412. They're ranked 7th. Points per game, they're ranked 8th in the league. 29 per. With all those weapons, hey, they can, when they need to score, they can score with the best of them. So top 10 when it comes to scoring. Points against, through 9 weeks, they've only given up 152 points. That ranks 9th in the league. Now, pass yards per game, they're ranked 10th in the league at 283 per. Rush yards. So with that being said, you already know what's next. The number 1 team in this week's NFL Power Rankings. Hang tight. Schuster is still the number 1. Claypool is coming around like the number 1. He's looking like DK Metcalf looked last year. But hey, you know, Ben Roethlisberger hasn't lost it. He still has it. Tom Brady hasn't lost it. Aaron Rodgers hasn't lost it. These old quarterbacks haven't lost it. These guys are still superstars. So with that being said, 7-0, 2-0 in the division, 5-0 in the conference, 4-0 at home, 3-0 on the road. You already know what time it is with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's getting a little dark out here. I'm kind of looking like the Pittsburgh Steelers myself. So I'm going to have to hurry up this number 1 squad. Points per game, they're ranked 12th in the league at 26. Points against, they're ranked 6th in the league at 142. Yards per game, they're ranked 12th, 398. 259 passing yards per game, they're ranked 18th. Rush yards per game, 8th in the league at 139. Sacks, 1st. Interceptions, 4th. 26 sacks through 9 weeks. 8 interceptions through 9 weeks as well. So with that being said, I thank you guys for always tuning in, clicking on the video. I'll see y'all later.